Tell him I'm on my way. I keep my mind on my money. I keep my hand on my gunny. Don't get to playing with Sonny unless you play Boy Bunny. I put bow in your tummy, tattoo in your brain.
There's a big game you might have heard of out this season called Mafia 3. It's from 2K. Hangar 13 is a part of the equation as well. This is a new studio headed by Hayden Blackman in Northern California. Big fan of Hayden's. And I've been looking forward to this game. I didn't love the E3 demo that we got. It was a little bit, a little clunky, a little bit too dropped into the middle of serious, heavy, violent combat. And definitely that is a big part of the Mafia 3 experience. I'm going to review the game, but the first thing that I'm going to do is take a look at this collector's edition and this limited edition. This has got to be seriously one of the coolest packages we've ever received here at EP. So thank you, 2K Games. And if you are a big Mafia fan, I have to say that this collector's edition might be something you want to put on your radar. But let's take a look and see what's inside. First, we'll start with the Xbox One collector set that we got right here. I've had it for about a week, so I've been so patient not to unwrap this because I wanted to share this with you guys here. Okay, so here we go. We got the cool box art. This is Lincoln Clay. He's our hero in the game. Hero, in quotes. He does some terrible things. Terrible things. Anyways, cool collector set, nice muscle car, nice shotgun. Lots of mafioso types on the cover. That pretty much typifies it. Okay, here we go. We have the art of Mafia 3, and I gotta tell you, man, this is a gorgeous game. The art cannot be faulted in this sucker. It's gonna be very cool to see it running in 4K, because apparently there are gonna be some upgrades in PS4 Pro. But, you know, the stuff running on the PlayStation 4, and I looked at it on the PC, absolutely stunning. Really, really great cutscenes. The city is magnificent, and I guess this is a book that will help you celebrate all of that stuff. I cannot believe the amount of detail in this game, to be quite honest. Yeah, lots and lots of lots of detail, lots of different environment types. There, you know, you're going from the bayou, you're going into downtown, you're in the French Quarter, basically. And it's a town called New Bordeaux, so they obviously borrow a lot from New Orleans, but they embellish and they sort of make it their own video game city, their own video game world. Okay, so we get the art of Mafia 3, and then we have the Lincoln Clay, the soldier. Oh no, what is this? This must be the game. What is this? Oh, the game. Cool packaging right there, that's all right. So here's the Xbox One game. And we get some Lincoln Clay dog tags. Let's open these guys up. I want to rip this packaging. There we go. So Lincoln Clay dog tags. I shan't be wearing those because I'm not Lincoln Clay. And what is this, maybe some playing cards or something? This is the Hotel and Casino. This is Sammy's. This plays a very pivotal role. Oh, these are great. These are coasters. Sammy's coasters. That's hilarious. You get 4 leather drink coasters in there. That's great. Sammy's plays a pivotal role in the beginning of the game and throughout the game, quite honestly. All right, boom. Nice work there. I like that. That looks cool. Let's see what else we have here. Ah, we have some albums, some LPs, and there's a reason why we get some LPs. The original game soundtrack, and we get the official soundtrack of New Bordeaux. So this is the some of the licensed stuff that they got. They have Chain Gang by Sam Cooke, Black Ghost Blues, Painted Black by the Rolling Stones, bunch of different artists on there, and the music is amazing. And it's a little overwhelming. I had to turn it off because it was you know, blasting in my face, but obviously the Mafia 3 folks are very proud of the different artists that they got in there. So there's also some collectible art prints. Oh, we got one that's bent. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just the holder. No, it's fine. Okay, so here we go. So some Playboy art prints, I guess, because Playboy is something that you collect in the game. What's this one? Oh, a Vargas. You also collect Vargas images in the game as well. They certainly celebrate the female form quite a bit in Mafia 3. It's definitely a mature experience, which honestly I kind of appreciated and really enjoyed. It's like a dark HBO show, in fact. Okay, so that's the collector's edition. If you got the limited edition, you also get, this is nuts, we've never received anything like this at EP before. This is a turntable, a Mafia 3 limited edition 3-speed portable turntable. So I'm going to take this out of the box. Look at that. Put that down like that. This guy out of there. There we are. Wow. So just a black leather briefcase. It has some RCA connectors on the bottom so you can plug it into your stereo. That's the only branding, it's on the side. A little bit weird to bring that to a party, I guess, your Mafia 3 turntable. And then you open it up and bam, you play some records. So should we see how an album fits onto the turntable? I haven't done this in about 30 years or so. It's been a long time since I put an LP on a turntable. Oh my gosh, how cool. So that fits right there like that, and then, oop, don't scratch it. Nuts. So there's the limited edition for Mafia 3, the whole collection in front of me. Now, let's talk about the game. I'm just gonna move this turntable over here. This game is not without its problems and its flaws. There are some technical issues. There, I definitely noticed the cops take it pretty easy on you for most of the game. It's quite easy to get away from them unless you start murdering people as you're driving along the sidewalk or something, or get constant eyewitnesses running to phone booths and calling the cops in. They will start to get a little bit harder, and they'll start to shoot out your tires and stuff. But I did notice some weird quirks, like you can drive completely erratically and nuts around the cops, and they really won't pay attention until you start doing some real damage to their vehicles or you start killing innocent people. I actually knocked over a telephone pole. It's unfortunate we don't have footage of this. I knocked over a telephone pole while a bunch of cops were standing around talking, and it fell right beside them, and they didn't do anything. They just kept on chatting as I kept on driving. I thought that was a little bit strange. I also noticed a character was stuck inside the geometry. One of the mafioso types was just sort of stuck inside of a wall and couldn't shoot me, I couldn't shoot him. But you know what? I kind of forgave a lot around this game because I love the mechanics of it. It's a very, very easy game to play. They nailed the driving. For some reason, I was able to thread through traffic like nobody's business for this whole game. It's not perfect, it's not Forza. This game made me kind of relish and want to go back and play Forza Horizon 3 of all things to get that real driving experience. But I have to say I was very impressed, cruising around in these 60s muscle cars, and some of them were beat up more than others, but I was able to kind of dodge and weave and go through traffic, and it was fun to drive, and that's important because one of the main failings of the game is there's no fast travel, so you have to traverse this map like crazy. They've combated that in this title by having sections of the city map that you kind of take over as you go. So you can stay in a smallish area and just knock off all of the goons and start taking over the territory before you have to go somewhere else. But you do have to drive everywhere, and it takes time. And if you jump into the water, it also takes time to swim to a place where you can clamber up and get back onto the streets. There are boats, and there are swamp boats and things like that as well. But if you happen to be in a cop chase and jump a car into the water and there's no easy access to the surface roads, be prepared to be swimming for a little while. And that's, kind of a drag. Now, the game story is fantastic. You play a Vietnam War veteran named Lincoln Clay who comes back and tries to fit in with his ne'er-do-well pals and this sort of mafia life that he had left behind to be a soldier. He's kind of a huge badass kind of guy, a dependable guy. He gets double-crossed, and then the whole game plays out like a revenge tale, and Lincoln Clay goes after the people that betrayed him. And the way that they've set it up is with all of these fantastically rendered, almost documentary style cut sequences where we have different characters throughout different phases of their life talking about the events that occurred within this game. And it just sets up such a tone of realism and grittiness. And it's incredibly racially charged. There's a lot of dialogue in here that's just, it's hard to hear. There's just, everybody is abrasive and an asshole, and just, it's hard to find the people that you like. And I think that's good. I think that a Mafia game should have a bunch of scumbags. There really isn't, a gentle way to put this kind of tale together, and I think that was honored with Mafia 3. I think the team at Hangar 13, who I understand had a great deal to do with the storytelling in this thing, did a tremendous job at building a fictional world that we can get invested in. And it did feel, as you're playing the game, like you're watching, a long series. And honestly, that's another element that I want to talk about here with this review. I wasn't able to just jump in and play 8 hours straight and then wake up the next day and play 8 hours straight. I had the PlayStation VR and Gears of War 4 and Lego Dimensions, like all of this stuff was happening all at the same time as Mafia 3 came in. And so my Mafia 3 playtime was, an hour here, a couple hours here, an hour there, and a couple hours there, and it was great. It was great to kind of take a break from it, because I feel like there's a repetition to the game design. You're constantly just chasing down underbosses and the different territories that they control, and you take over their rackets basically, and it's prostitution, it's drug running, and all of the mafia type scumbag stuff that goes on. You have to go and take it and claim it for yourself, and then you create a posse of underbosses as well, and you share some of the loot that comes in from these illicit activities with these people. And what you do is you get into an area and you wipe out, you try to sneak into each of these areas, but inevitably you get found out, and then you've got to blast your way through every one of the sequences and then kill or recruit the final sort of mini-boss at the end of the sequence. And rinse and repeat, you do that over and over again. And it does become repetitive, but if you play the game in spurts, you play it for an hour here or 2 hours there, it's fun. It's just a fun game. It's really fun to drive. It's really fun to get out and get into these action sequences, the shooting, and I really like the stealth mechanics. And I felt engrossed by the environment. I loved looking at all the seedy bars and the unbelievable traffic and the crazy fast food joints, and then you get into the city skylines, and the architecture kind of changes and evolves. It's not Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't think it's going to be at the caliber of what I've seen of Watch Dogs 2 yet. And now everybody's buzzing about Red Dead Redemption 2, which comes out next year. I don't think it's there, but I think it's, I think this is going to be a cult hit that people remember, similar in the vein of L.A. Noire. And I think it's cool that we have a black lead character, a protagonist in a big game set in the 60s. I think there's some really big social sort of commentary that's happening within this game that makes it very unique and fresh. And man, it's fun. It's a fun game. You are going to get sort of burnt out by the repetition, and you will probably wish for more variety in the game design choices. But Mafia 3, I think, is a pretty big success. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.